Kanye West has never been the type to keep quiet. He speaks when others stay silent, even when it costs him his reputation. For years, people labeled him as reckless, unstable, and out of control. Headlines painted him as a man losing his mind. But now, Kanye claims there was more to the chaos than anyone realized. According to him, his so-called breakdowns were never about losing control, they were about being controlled. He says powerful figures, including Jay-Z and Beyonce, worked behind the scenes to silence him. If Kanye is right, then a lot of people may owe him an apology. Back in 2009, the MTV Video Music Awards gave the world one of the most infamous moments in pop culture history. Taylor Swift was on stage, accepting her award for Best Female Video, when Kanye stormed forward, grabbed the microphone, and declared that Beyonce had one of the best videos of all time. The crowd gasped. Taylor froze. The boos rained down. That single act turned Kanye into the villain of the night. For years, the story stayed simple. Kanye acted out, embarrassed himself, and ruined Taylor's big moment. But Kanye now says the truth was much darker. He claims that the interruption wasn't a random outburst at all. According to him, it was a plan designed by Beyonce and her team. The alleged purpose? To publicly humiliate Taylor Swift so that Beyonce could step in as the gracious, supportive queen who lifted Taylor back up. Kanye says he was just the pawn, a loud, unpredictable figure perfectly suited to play the villain. The result was exactly what Beyonce needed. Kanye got crucified in the press, Taylor earned sympathy, and Beyonce walked away looking polished, compassionate, and adored. Kanye insists he was set up to take the fall. According to Kanye, the music industry is not just about songs, albums, and fame. He believes it's run by hidden power players who decide careers, manage narratives, and control who gets to shine. The smiling faces we see at award shows, he says many of them are masks. The real game, Kanye claims, is about control. And when he refused to play by the rules, the same people he once called friends turned against him. The breaking point, in his words, came when Roc Nation, Jay-Z's company, presented him with a contract. On paper, it looked like business, but Kanye says it was more than that. It was spiritual warfare. Kanye claims the Roc Nation deal had shocking terms, including one condition that banned him from talking about Jesus Christ. For him, faith has always been central to his identity. Music, fashion, and fame aside, Kanye has repeatedly said his mission is to spread the message of God. Signing a contract that limited his ability to speak about his faith was unthinkable. He refused. And that's when, he says, the walls started closing in. Meetings disappeared. Partnerships fell apart. Headlines about his mental health began to dominate the news. In his view, it was punishment for saying no. Kanye has drawn comparisons between his life and Britney Spears' conservatorship. Britney spent over a decade legally silenced, heavily medicated, and kept under strict control. Kanye says the same blueprint was used against him. In 2016, he was placed on a psychiatric hold. It wasn't in a hospital, but at the home of Harley Pasternak, a celebrity trainer. Afterward, Kanye shared a chilling text message allegedly from Pasternak. In it, Harley warned that Kanye could either sit down for a calm conversation or be sent back to the hospital, drugged until he turned into a zombie, unable to see his children. This wasn't an empty threat, Kanye says. It was real. He claims doctors tried to put him on extremely high doses of lithium, a drug commonly used for severe psychiatric disorders. The dosage was so intense that it took medical staff 4 full days to explain it. Kanye insists he wasn't mentally ill. Tired? Yes. Overworked? Certainly, but not insane. To him, the forced medication wasn't about healing, it was about silencing. When Kanye first spoke about these experiences, many dismissed him as paranoid. But now, his words echo louder. Britney's story proved that powerful figures really could lock an artist in a cage, medicate them into submission, and control every aspect of their life. Kanye believes the same system nearly consumed him. He argues that Jay-Z and Beyoncé were not just bystanders, but part of the machinery working to bury him. That's the part that shocked even longtime fans. Things reached another level when Kanye dragged Jay-Z and Beyoncé's family into the spotlight. In a since-deleted tweet, he questioned why their younger children were rarely seen in public. Then he made a strange, uncomfortable joke about artificial insemination. Many thought he had finally crossed the line. Even some supporters said he went too far. But Kanye insisted he wasn't trying to be funny. In his eyes, the point was about image. He believes Beyoncé and Jay-Z's carefully constructed family life is just that, constructed. He claims everything about them is curated, polished, and staged to maintain power. He refused to apologize for the remark. Instead, he said the only way he would ever consider apologizing is if Jay-Z and Beyoncé helped him gain access to his own children. For Kanye, this was not about celebrity drama. It was about family, control, and freedom. Kanye didn't stop at accusing them of betrayal. He tied their actions to something far more sinister. He claimed that Jay-Z, Beyoncé, and their allies in the music world were working as part of a larger agenda, what people online often call the Illuminati. According to him, the Roc Nation contract was not just about business. It was an invitation to sell his soul. The condition about Jesus, he says, was the biggest red flag. If he had signed, he believes he would have become a puppet for the system, a brand-friendly face stripped of his true voice. Instead of folding, Kanye went on the offensive. He used social media, interviews, and appearances to name names. His outbursts, once seen as rants, now carried the weight of warnings. Whether you believe him or not, his claims painted a terrifying picture of the industry. Rejecting the contract came with consequences. Kanye says projects were canceled, sponsorships dried up, and the media doubled down on painting him as unstable. He became the butt of late-night jokes, the subject of endless think pieces, and the symbol of self-destruction. But behind the ridicule, Kanye believes a more deliberate effort was unfolding, a strategy to destroy his credibility. The more outrageous he looked, the less likely people were to believe him. And if nobody believed him, then the system remained safe. Despite all the noise, some things cannot be dismissed. The text message from Harley Pasternak exists. The psychiatric hold in 2016 is a documented event. The lithium prescription was confirmed. These are facts. So the questions remain. Why was a celebrity trainer speaking casually about institutionalization? Why was Kanye placed on such a powerful medication against his will? And why, after refusing Roc Nation's deal, did stories about his breakdowns suddenly multiply? Even people who doubt Kanye's theories are left unsettled by these details. Kanye's story doesn't exist in a vacuum. Other celebrities have spoken about being blacklisted, misrepresented, or silenced after refusing to play by industry rules. Kanye believes it's not just coincidence, it's a system. He claims that managers, lawyers, trainers, and executives form a network designed to keep artists obedient. Step out of line and you're branded crazy. Refuse orders and you're medicated. Fight back and you're erased. He calls it Zombieland, a state where your career, your voice, and even your identity are stripped away. The 2009 VMAs marked the beginning of Kanye's long battle with his public image. For Taylor Swift, it became a launching pad, transforming her from rising star to cultural icon. For Beyoncé, it cemented her as the graceful queen. For Kanye, it was the start of a decade of being called reckless. Now, through his lens, that night looks staged. He says Beyoncé's calm demeanor, Taylor's almost robotic response, and the perfect storyline afterward were not accidents. They were results of a script, one he unknowingly acted out. If true, it means Kanye was sacrificed to create two untouchable careers. Kanye compares himself directly to Britney Spears. He says the same forces that silenced her tried to silence him. Lithium nearly broke him, he admits. But unlike Britney, he resisted. He stopped taking the drugs, refused the labels, and chose to keep talking, even if it destroyed him. The cost was steep. He lost brand deals, friendships, and credibility. He became a target of jokes and memes. But he says survival mattered more than reputation. To the world, Jay-Z and Beyoncé represent power, grace, and philanthropy. They're the closest thing America has to music royalty. But to Kanye, they are gatekeepers, figures who chose wealth and influence over truth and faith. He believes they were part of the system that tried to bury him, and when he refused, they turned from allies into enemies. The public remains split. Some see Kanye as spiraling, a man drowning in his own conspiracy theories. Others say his words ring too true to dismiss. The timelines line up. The evidence is unsettling. The parallels to Britney are undeniable. What everyone agrees on is this: Kanye is not asking to be liked anymore. He's demanding to be heard. For Kanye, this is no longer about music or fashion. It's about survival. He believes the industry is a machine designed to chew people up and spit them out, and he's trying to expose it before it destroys someone else. He knows the cost. Speaking out might mean losing it all: his reputation, his career, even his peace. But in his mind, staying quiet would be worse. Kanye West is not asking for sympathy. He's not asking for forgiveness. He's demanding that people see the truth he's been shouting for years. And whether you believe him or not, one fact remains: his fight is far from over.